Hello, everyone. I'm Dan.
And I'm Riley.
And welcome to the next episode of That One Podcast.
Today, we're happy to be joined by Steve Latour, who is with the Farmers Bank, which just announced they are opening in Downtown Tipton at the old BMO Bank. So we talk about the decision for them to open up a new financial center here in Downtown Tipton. We get a little more background about who the Farmers Bank is and what they stand for. And then we talk about some upcoming events from their Luncheon Series, which is kind of their welcome series to the community, plus the City of Tipton's tree lighting ceremony, which they are proudly sponsoring. So great conversation, get a little more insight into who and what the Farmers Bank is with Steve.
All right, let's get into the next episode.
All right, Steve, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on That One Podcast. How are you doing today?
Good to be here. We braved some little snow to get here, but happy to be here.
Yeah, it was a nice Monday morning drive for both of us.
Yes.
Coming from out of town. So, well, thank you so much. Steve is with the Farmers Bank, who recently announced that they are opening up right here in downtown Tipton, right across the street from us. But before we get into that, why don't you introduce yourself? Give us a little background about you and what you do for the Farmers Bank.
Yeah, absolutely. So I work at the Farmers Bank, Vice President of Community and Customer Experience. I feel like I've been there for like 5 years now, but it's only been 2, and that's because I've been hopping since day one. So it's been a great experience. I started at the bank just after wrapping up my tenure at the Westfield Chamber of Commerce as the CEO. So I came into that experience with some knowledge about the Westfield community in Hamilton County, and that just really helped get us up and going in Westfield, which was a new location that we had opened in 2023, excuse me. And so it's been fun to do that. And just this past July, I was asked to help us with sort of a new role, continuing to do some business development, but also helping with our communications and partnership stuff. So it's been fun. It's been an exciting time.
Yeah, that's awesome. And for those wondering, about the bank, we already have a lot of banks for the size of Tipton. Can you tell us a little bit about the bank's mission and what sets you apart from other local community banks? Obviously, you have local roots, so it is a true community bank. Can you just tell us a little bit about the Farmers Bank?
Yeah, honestly, that was one of the things that drew me to working for the Farmers Bank when I was sort of evaluating kind of what to do next. And what was really neat was the history that the Farmers Bank has. Next June, the Farmers Bank will commemorate 150 years of being a community bank here in Indiana. Started in Clinton County in downtown Frankfort, where our headquarters is still located to this day. We've got, this will be the 12th location here in Tipton. We've got another one under construction in Noblesville, so we'll be at 13 very soon. But I think that, we're an organization that has core values and beliefs that we want to help our communities grow at the end of the day. We want to help them be stronger. We want our customers to feel like they've got a bank that's willing to support them, understand, listen, and provide them with great options that will be good for their family and for maybe the business that they own or manage. So when we heard about the bank leaving town here, the CEO had conversations with lots of staff about, is this a potential opportunity for us? And I think hands down, the entire team at the Farmers Bank was excited because they thought, this is our people. This is who we know. This is what we come from as a bank of almost 150 years in Clinton County. And so we would love to be part of that community. And now we are. So it's going to be really exciting to have the Farmers Bank right here in downtown Tipton.
Yeah, that's awesome. And, Farmers, Tipton is a very heavy agricultural community. So the name plays perfectly into what this community is about. So what does it mean having a presence in downtown Tipton, not only for you, but for the community? What's the big driving factor, and why are people so excited about having another bank replace it was BMO previously, but can you talk about what it means for not just the Farmers Bank, but for the community as well?
Well, there's no doubt that when you are in Tipton, this area of town, this downtown area, is absolutely special. Mm-hmm. And it gives you all the good vibes and feels of what sort of the quintessential American downtown is. And for us, seeing that empty building on the corner in what is really a growing and thriving community was all the more reason to want to, put a bank right back in there to help support the community. I think in my role, not coming from banking, I've learned that there really is a difference between sort of your national banks. We'll use Chase as an example. Yeah. Your credit unions, and then community banks. These are the banks that have people who live and work right in the community. The decisions are being made locally. The funds are being kept here for the most part, right here in town. You have your occasional, loan outside of the city, but you're seeing that reinvestment into that area. And I think maybe unlike a larger national bank where those dollars might then go to Chicago or New York, we're keeping the dollars here, whether that's through, our investment and trust services arm, the loans, the mortgages, or even the sponsorships and things that we're doing. I think you'll see that those are coming from the community banks more often than not.
Yeah.
So it's all of those things, I think, that make that special.
Yeah. And you talked about the loans and some other things. What other services beyond just, obviously people have their personal checkings and savings accounts. What other services does the Farmers Bank offer?
I like to tell people that we can do pretty much everything that you could do anywhere else. We've got people who will help you figure that out. And we've got great connections, great staff who will work with you, whether that's a car loan, whether you're starting a new business and you need some help with the small business administration, if you need a checking account, a savings account, CDs, money markets, all the things. You're buying a new home. All of those things are things that can happen here through the bank.
That's awesome. And it was just announced what has it been 2 weeks now?
Yes.
2 weeks. No official starting date, but what's the bank trending towards? Do we have at least a rough guess of when the bank should be open?
Yeah, we put some stickers on the window when we made that announcement because we really wanted people to know that we were coming here and being a part of the community. And I think that we would like to be open as soon as possible. We're working with some inside construction folks to do a couple touch-ups and things in there to make it ready for us. So I think we're trending towards beginning of December. Awesome. Right now, we're planning for sort of the big official celebration to be in mid-January when we're open and making a big deal about that. But I do think we'll see us at some point, hopefully in December here soon. But we'll push that out. We'll have an announcement and let people know.
Yeah, that's awesome. Give you some time to get in the flow of things before you have your official grand opening. I'm sure it's always nice to figure that out. Coming up in the next 2 weeks, you have a couple of luncheon opportunities for anybody in the community, really. Can you talk about those and what those are for?
Yeah, I think, we've all gone to our mailboxes and have pulled out that mailer that's like, open a checking account and get $100. Mm-hmm. And as we thought about sort of our introduction into Tipton, again, it goes back to this idea that these are our people. These are the people that we are familiar with in Clinton County. And so we wanted to take kind of a different approach to sort of introducing ourselves. So we didn't start with a mass mailing or any of those things. I'm sure that will come down the line.
Yeah.
But we thought, let's try and do some lunches. We're hosting those at the Tipton County Fairgrounds. We've got a local caterer that's helping us, a fan favorite. Nice. And so, yes, on Monday the 17th, we have our Rooted in Community Luncheon. Like you said, these are open to anybody, but for this particular luncheon, we're really looking to invite those from the community who run nonprofits, churches, the school district, our government leaders, county and city, towns, because we wanted to talk about, who we are, what we're trying to accomplish by being here, how we can help. We get asked a lot for sponsorship questions and donation questions. So we'll talk about that. And then on Tuesday, the 25th, we have Rooted in Agriculture. And that's really, we've invited farmers, the farming and agriculture industry owners of different businesses to come and talk to us and hear a little bit more about how we can support them. So kind of a different way to sort of introduce ourselves by having those lunches, but we're excited. We've got good attendance for both of those. And there's still time. If people would like to participate, they can send an email to communications@thefarmersbank.com. Let us know that you'd like to come and we'll put you on the guest list.
Perfect. You're a pro at this because that was going to be my next question of how do people RSVP or do they need to?
Yes.
I guess, do they need to?
We'd love them to, just so we can make sure we have enough food.
Yeah.
I'm sure our catering folks would be happy with us to give them a head count. So please let us know that you're coming. Communications@thefarmersbank.com.
Perfect. And you talk about the sponsorships and wanting to, you even referenced it earlier about, money staying local and partnerships and sponsorships and things like that. The city of Tipton just announced the first ever tree lighting tradition, and it is proudly presented by the Farmers Bank.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is great to see.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's putting your money where your mouth is, and, you've said you want to be involved in the community, and here's your first opportunity. Can you tell us a little bit about that decision? We'll get into the details of the event, but the decision for why this was such an important thing for the Farmers Bank to jump into right away.
Yeah. So in my past role as the Westfield Chamber of Commerce CEO, I got to know Mayor Keegan Schmicker really well. We've kept in touch over the years and gotten to work together on a number of things. And so when we knew we were coming to Tipton, I got to talk with him about that and just share our excitement for coming to downtown. And I think his leadership, the growth of this community, were all contributing factors to us being here. And I said to him, we would like to do something with you all first. I'm sure once we announce that we're coming, we'll have, some requests come in, but we want to do something with the city first that can really, just share with folks our excitement about being here. And he goes, I've got just the thing. This is something brand new. We don't have anybody who is sponsoring it yet. How do you feel about a tree lighting ceremony? And I was like, well, you're talking to the unofficial king of Christmas for the Midwest. So put me down.
Like that title.
Yes, I might be competing with our CEO who loves Christmas as much as I do at the Farmers Bank. Chris Cook loves Christmas as well. But we thought this would be a great thing. We love those community traditions. And so what a great opportunity to bring the community together for a couple of hours. This will be the first year, so I'm sure there'll be opportunities to make it even better next year. But to bring everyone together, light the tree, have a good time downtown. And, it happens to be across the street from our new facility. So it just made sense to sponsor that event. Coupled with that, we're also doing a coloring contest. So we've got a coloring sheet. And anyone youth is welcome to participate. That'll be sent out in a link as well, but also on our website, you can go and download the coloring sheet. You can also pick one up at Tipton City Hall.
Cool.
And just turn it back into City Hall the day before Thanksgiving. And then the mayor and the bank are going to choose one young man and one young woman to be up there on stage with him to light the tree for Tipton.
Yeah,
so
what a cool opportunity.
Yeah, it'll
First
be a
one
fun,
ever.
fun kind of thing. So we thought, let's get the community involved and do something fun. We're not looking for Picasso.
Yeah.
We just want people to, have fun with it, have a little family time, and submit the coloring sheet.
Yeah, people love doing that stuff around here. I know they did one for the new water tower out by 31. They gave it to the schools, and we got some interesting designs there, but I think it does show that people like just the opportunities to be involved. And,
yes.
And I think that circles back to your unique approach about the luncheons too, is that, you could have sent flyers out in the mail, and that's not very personal, but I think people in Tipton really like the opportunity to meet and discuss and really have those real conversations. So it kind of plays into that as well.
Yeah.
Beyond the tree lighting ceremony itself, what else is happening that evening for the event in a nutshell, I guess? I know that not everything is ironed down, but besides, hey, we're going to come watch a tree light up, what else is happening?
We're looking to have live entertainment. We're working with the schools to see if we can get some kids to come out and from a choir or two and sing. We're going to have a couple kids activities. I think that it'll just be a fun time out there to, enjoy the holiday season. And so we want everyone to come out for a couple of hours and have fun and participate in this new tradition. I think there'll be some fun surprises for folks. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it'll be nice to see a giant 30-foot tree. It'll be on from December 1st
season,
through, I don't know if they've officially set a
sometime
date to
in
it.
January.
Yeah, but all the way through Christmas and New Year's at least. And it's something that, Tipton's never had. So, there's some stuff surrounding the event that we won't get into, but it is just an exciting thing to I don't know if you saw during the pork festival. Are you familiar with the pork festival?
I have not been able to attend that yet. I was out of town at the most recent one, and so I'm very much looking forward to participating in the future.
Yeah, but during this year's pork festival, we did some videos surrounding the event. That's what we do here. But we captured some drone video at night of all of the carnival rides lit up with the backdrop of the county courthouse, and it's just a perfect setting for having a big tree right next to it. It's going to look beautiful, and I know I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, you guys are looking forward to it as well.
You can't help but feel good when you drive into downtown and you see
you're going to be able to see
a really pretty tree and holiday decorations. We're also working on maybe a fun surprise with our building. So we'll see if that all comes together.
Yeah.
But we're ready to be part of the community and see how we can help and welcome people in.
Yeah. So you've been around the community quite a bit the past few weeks with the announcement and opening up, and I'm sure you'll be here even more leading up to opening day. What's been your impression of Tipton so far?
Well, I've actually been coming to Tipton now for a couple of years because when I was with the Westfield Chamber, we had done a couple things with the Tipton County Chamber. And so we would have lunches up here and stuff. But I think that people are just so sweet and there's some great places to eat. I love East Street Provisions. I've loved them at our farmers market down in Westfield. And now that I know where those donuts are made, I will be a frequent customer.
Yeah.
Just giving them a warning now.
Hey, but they'll love it. We had Amanda on the podcast a few weeks ago. Yeah, she's awesome.
They're phenomenal people and they do a great job. And so we're excited to work with them and really everybody. There's so many great companies here in town to get to work with. So we're looking forward to that. I know we don't have our doors officially open yet. We're looking for, hopefully early to mid-December. But if folks are interested in opening an account now or talking with someone, they can go to any of our locations and people are ready to help them and get their accounts open for Tipton, and we'll transfer them to this location when it's open. So
nice. What's the closest one to Tipton proximity-wise?
I'd say probably closest to here, you're looking at Kirkland or, Frankfort. If you're heading to the east, if you're heading south, it would be Westfield, Noblesville, those two locations.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So looking ahead, I know obviously the Tipton branch was just announced, but what's next on the horizon for the Farmers Bank in terms of goals for the future and beyond just opening day here in a few weeks, hopefully?
Yeah, well, we're excited about all the potential here in Tipton. I mean, this is a growing and thriving community. I'm from the Detroit area, and so I witnessed during my youth in the 80s and 90s, Detroit really grow and bloom. And I think, I think you'll continue to see that growth up 31. And so I think being a part of that and supporting folks that want to, bring business and things here or grow their business that they have, will be a part of that. We're building a new location on the west side of Noblesville. Sometimes it's hard to keep track of all those things. But we're building on the west side of Noblesville, and that should be open in maybe mid to late June. Okay. So we're looking forward to having another financial center there. But I think you'll see the financial center that we're going to open here in Tipton is just an opportunity for us to support the community, get involved, be that downtown bank that people know and love and need. And so we're excited to see where that can take us and the community.
Yeah. Well, I know I'm excited about everything the Farmers Bank is doing, the tree lighting ceremony coming up. Is there any last thing you want to plug? Give a shout out to anybody? The floor is yours before we wrap things up.
Well, I appreciate that. I would just say that I know that sometimes folks are a little trepidatious about switching banks because it's like, oh, I've got all these things tied up in my direct deposits and things. I think our staff's really good at helping to make that easy. We walk you through kind of the process and what's involved. I think that at the end of the day, it's about people who will know your name when you come in the door. People who will support you through all of those life moments.
Yeah.
When you...
Oh, sirens went by. We can go. We can continue. Yeah.
People who support you through all of those life moments. When you think about it, a bank can really be the place that you go your entire life. You open your first account, you get a car loan, maybe when you're 16, maybe you need help with college or education. Then you're looking at buying a house. Then you're merging accounts when you get married. There's so many life events that involve a bank. So why not get to know the bankers that are going to be there for you, that are supporting the community you live in already?
Yeah.
And so I think that's a real opportunity for us. And it's a real opportunity for those living in Tipton to feel like they have that person or bank in their corner. So we're excited about it. We're like I mentioned, you can go and open an account now at any of our locations for Tipton. As soon as we've got our date nailed down, we'll certainly put that out to folks and let them know what date we're going to be open. But man, we're just excited. We're looking forward to the tree lighting on December 1st and then those 2 lunches we've got coming up so we can meet some more of the community and then just seeing what happens in 2026.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You guys move fast. I know the announcement came and it was like 2 hours later, all the signage was up on the windows. Looks great. So it's definitely nice to see a business come in, obviously your bank, but any business come in and have that much excitement and motivation to do good things in the community. So appreciate that from the business standpoint, but also appreciate you coming on and sharing more about what the Farmers Bank is all about and the exciting things coming up in the next few weeks. So really
thank you so much.
Steve.
Thank you for what you do and helping to get out the message to folks. And I know people appreciate that. So appreciate being on. Thank you.
Yeah. Safe travels home.
All right. Appreciate it.